All right, so Bogren Digital have a new amp in their Ampknob line, and it's a version of their MLC Sub-Zero 100. I absolutely love these Ampknob plugins, as they're just so simple to use. They sound great, and there's no guesswork. There's basically just one knob that you turn that determines the amount of distortion you have, and that's it. They just sound great. Let me show you an example here. Drum roll, please. Yeah. All right. So again, the cool thing about these Ampknob plugins from Bogren Digital is that they're meant to sound great immediately. That's the only thing that they're meant to do. There's no moving around microphones or cycling through 100 presets or messing around with effects and stuff. It's just a simple distortion you can play right away, and that's just the way I like it. Obviously, there are other plugs with lots more control and flexibility and stuff like that, but the point of this is to be able to just bring it up and jam right away and have, you know, mix ready, album ready sounds right away with a distortion that just sounds great. And I think these nail it. There's like 4 or 5 of these different amp knobs. So there's this new one, the MLC, which I said is based on their MLC Sub-Zero 100, which is like a full kind of, I don't know if you call it, suite of settings that you can do with that amp and stuff. So also cool, and I've got a video on that. But in terms of the amp knobs, there's also the bass knob, STD one. There's the original Rev C. There's the BDH bundle, and I've got videos on every single one of them. So you could check those out. Choose the right one for you. And I made this entire track, the one you just heard me play, using only Bogren Digital plugins, and everything's set up stock just the way they come. No additional processing of any kind, and it sounded great, right? So you know what that means? That means that anyone can do the exact same thing right now. I use the Crim drums here, so, and this is, you can find this on bogrendigital.com. They sound awesome. Then I use the bass knob, STD, just over some program MIDI bass. And then the Sub-Zero, just on a left and a right. Simple as that. Anyone can do this, guys. And all the plugs come with like a standalone mode too. So you don't even need a digital audio workstation to use them. You can just fire them right up. But here's a little what it sounds like. So like I said, this knob, you know, it's like, so see how there it's green? It's kind of clean, you know? You can move it up to orange for a little more dirt. and then cranked. So sounds killer. Right away, we'll go into some more of this, but I wanted to let you know you can use my code Rob Arnold to save 10% on any Bogren Digital product right now. And please do that using my link, which will be the first link in the description below. I'll also have it pinned in a comment so you can see there. And just using my link lets them know that I sent you. And obviously that's a big help to me and the channel. But like I said, use code Rob Arnold on any of these products that you're interested in and save a little bit of cash. But let's take a little closer look at the Ampknob MLC Sub-Zero here. And like I said, there's not much to it. We went over what this game knob does. That's really just the one knob. You may say, oh, well, there's other stuff on here. Just a power switch though, but who's gonna use that? If you got it on, you might as well have it on, right? And then there's a pedal, which is like just having a boost in your line. So just sounds better when it's on. Here's it on. Here's off. Here's on. Just adds, in my opinion, just a little top end, maybe a tiny bit of volume, the tiniest bit. It's just better on. So, and then there's all sorts of controls in here. I know I said that it's better that it doesn't have a lot of controls, but that's the main interface. But there is some nuts and bolts you can get into behind the scenes here. Different settings. You can adjust the noise gate. I turned mine up a tiny bit, but that's going to be specific for everyone. Depending on your guitar and pickups and volume, I have these ins and outs here, just at their default setting. Some little things there. Also, there would be a record and a metronome here too if you were using it in standalone mode. But because I happen to be using this in a DAW right now, you know, the plugin is like aware that the DAW has its own metronome. And what was the other thing? Oh yeah, recording feature. So those aren't there. But when you use it in standalone mode, which means just like bring it up from your desktop, don't even bring it into something like Pro Tools or Logic or Cubase or whatever, and you bring it up and you can make recordings right there and of riff ideas, and they save right in your folder, right in here, called like riff ideas or something. It's all automatic and awesome. And then let's see, there's a manual in there, which is actually really nicely laid out. Again, not much to know, but you can change cabs here from a modern to a vintage. I got the modern going, which is the default. The vintage just sounds like this. And by contrast, let's go back to the modern. So to me, just a little more modern in your face, so I'd keep it like that, but you can also load in your own IRs if you prefer, or have no cab. There's a built-in tuner. Little tip, I leave my drop C or whatever that is, just the tiniest bit flat, so when I strike it hard, when I'm playing, it's kind of up to pitch there. But don't worry about that. Tune your guitar straight up and it'll be all right. So yeah. So I can't think of anything that would just sound better that you just bring up and rip. If you need a little more control, you can still dial it in with post-processing like EQs or other things you have in your DAW, or use a different, plugin. If you want to move mics around and have all sorts of effects available to palette, I get that. That's cool too. But for this, it's just perfect for not letting anything get in your way. When song ideas strike, you just want to bring up a distortion quick and be able to jam. This is the moneymaker right here. Like I said, I created this whole song, just everything at default. The drums, the bass, and the amp knobs, just how they came, because I wanted to demonstrate. Maybe I can make that song sound a lot better. I'm sure I could if I, did some further mixing and just added some gloss and some sheen and stuff. But I wanted to show you how good something could sound. Go back and listen to that again after the video, and you can see just straight up how it is with zero anything else, all these plugins. And I have another video if you'd like to check it out, called How to Easily Build Metal Riffs and Drums, where I do this exact same thing and show you step by step how I put it together using the Crim drums, the STD knob, and I think those particular ones, this was before the MLC came out, so it was a different amp knob, but just how easy it is. So check that video out if you're interested in learning more about that. And if you're even new to getting your guitar into your computer for the first time. I have a full demonstration video on that as well. That's super popular. It seems to be like helping a lot of guys that are just trying to get over that initial hurdle of like, how do I get my guitar into my amp? So again, check out all the Ampknob stuff on bogrendigital.com, all the different amp knobs available. Choose the one that looks cool to you. Like I said, I have a video on every single one of them. If you want to see a little bit more there, don't forget to use my code RobArnold to save 10% on anything using my link to get there. And there's really not much more to it. So we'll just take a moment in closing to say that I do have a guitar instructional DVD. Perhaps you're aware or not, but if you'd like to just learn a little more from me, as well as all my free lessons here on YouTube, check that out in my guitar lessons playlist. But my DVD is shipping with 10 of my custom guitar picks, 10 different ones right now, free worldwide shipping in my store, robarnoldworld.com/store. Links to everything I talk about in my videos are in the description below, as well as a little information and link about my Patreon community with tons of guitar tabs, early looks at my video, an awesome community vibe. We're just talking music and guitars and Slayer and Pantera all day long. So check that out at patreon.com/robarnoldworld. And finally, I'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you again real soon on the next one. Happy riffing, everybody. Cheers.